Names. For all of you guy out there, that's Hebrew. Means circumcised penis in King James English. We had to get some of that Nicaraguan spirit back into the savage. I mean, it's nice here in Finland, but I haven't seen one single savage with some self-love. I said that weird. Love yourself concept that I would say most of the guy and even the masters have never really felt in their being. We are created by in the image of our creator, and our creator of this high standard of living, super highly progressed civilization seemed to be something or somebody that didn't really feel much self-love, huh? Everybody knows the concept. Hurt people hurt people. And everybody out here hurting themselves and hurting other people. So yeah, everybody knows. Everybody's fucked up. Everybody's toxic as fuck. That's why nothing works. None of these relationships work. Everybody's just out here for the cheap dopamine lust hit. And then on to the next dick or pussy. Crying themselves to their sleep every single night. So, I'm gonna share how I'm full on savage. But I'm also friends with myself. Not on some cringy, weird, autistic way. Like for real. I love myself. I love me some me. Like if you meet me in real life, those who have, I'm one calm motherfucker actually. I know I make crazy videos, eating raw chickens and saying the N-word and stuff, but I'm actually super calm, super nice, just very normal. So, I'm gonna explain how I did it. And the first step really is the step that everybody fucks up in the modern society. And I already explained why. We are created by the image of our creator. And who is the creator of the modern society? Satanic pedophiles. So, it's pretty easy to see. So, first 20 years of my life. Let's start with the first 10 years of my life. I got so much safety, attention, loving care. Like, I'm being seen. I'm the thing that matters most to my parents. And not only to my parents, but also to my grandparents on both sides. I saw my grandparents every week for the first 15, 16, 17 years of my life. Every week I saw them. And they just gave me a bunch of love. Unconditional love. And then my parents were there all day, every day. Showing me support. Being interested about me. Listening to me. Giving me all the opportunities in their world. I was safe all the time. I got what I wanted all the time, basically. Obviously, there's some rules and stuff. But even then, as a child, I knew my parents got my back all the time. They're just out here trying to do the best they can Even sometimes when I didn't understand why I can't do this or that, why can I say the N-word as an 8-year-old white boy in Finland? Wait a second. We're gonna be right back. I understood the reason was because they got my back. All my family members. My aunt. The best aunt I could ever ask for. The best parents I could ever ask for. The best grandparents I could ever ask for. All the best role models I could ever ask for. Do you know what that does to a little human being growing up? It makes you extremely pure. It makes you extremely blue-eyed, blonde hair. It makes you also extremely naive. We're gonna get to that. But what I mean is, it gives you extremely good base for self-love. Loving yourself, loving other people, because you have gotten so much safe love. With none of the trauma, with none of the hurt really. So you know what this life can be in the best levels with human connection. Now the problem here was, everybody knows, human connection, some people would say top one thing for human health, for human beings. I would say it's in the top 3. Because, like my story will tell you, is that if you get that, you get perfect amount of that. But you don't get this. You don't get some of the hard lessons. You don't get introduced to what's really going on in this world. None of your role models or mentors prepare you to the real world. It can be kinda shock to the system. Oh boy, it was for me. It was still easy mode. So that was like, now we're starting to get into my 20s. Get outside, get into the real world. Everything has been perfect up until that point. But then the real world in Finland in 2010s, it was still pretty chill. Like Finland is pretty easy mode. The IQ is pretty high here. It's pretty chill. And if you fail, I know my family got my back. Like I already know that from the first 20 years of experience. And then, if my family doesn't have my back, even though it has, the Finnish government got your back. They're gonna give you some money and help you on your feet. Now, later on I understood that might not be a good thing either. But anyway, in Finland, the true hardships are not really to be found, except in your soul and in your spirit. Because when you step into the real world, you start to see most people ain't playing, most people ain't interacting with you from the same base level. Most people really ain't so pristine. Most people really ain't so blue-eyed. They try to get something out of you. And it's not always good. They're playing the game completely different than you are playing the game. You are playing the game from self-love, from pure heart, thinking the best, thinking that everybody got your best interest in their mind, in love, in economics, in love. Then you start to get a little stabbed by this thing. You get your heart broken by that girl. You start to see that things ain't really how your parents, your grandparents, and all the good in the world that you experienced really is. There's a lot of people walking out here with bunch of hurt, bunch of trauma, and they haven't done any healing necessary to not inflict that pain and trauma to your naive ass. And that's really what started to happen in my 20s. And then all my 20s to my 30s was basically the world bringing reality to me and showing me that this world is not really that good place to be for many. But I also quickly understood that people don't do is like most people, 95% of the people that give me these hard feelings and lessons, they hurt me. They aren't doing it out of pure evil. They are doing it because they have been hurt. Their life wasn't like my life for the first 20 years. And then that leads you to think, why is that? Why is most people broken? Why are they playing all these manipulative games to get clout, to get something out of you that's not really good and healthy, that in the end makes both parties feel kind of shitty? Why are people trying to rob you out of your resources? And then you understand this world is based on scarcity, fear, survival. There's no abundance to be found. None of these teachers taught any of us kids that oil is renewable resource made by the earth, same as primary water, which is the purest water in the world. There's unlimited water, unlimited oil. None of the teachers or my parents or anybody else teach any of us that we could grow enough food for everybody. None of them teach that we should be outside, mostly naked all day. We should get as much this thing over here. We should do as much this thing over here. And that keeps us healthy, and we don't need none of the medications. And when we're healthy, we kinda naturally feel pretty good. We can actually, if some of us have been hurt in the past, we could start to heal those generational curses and traumas easier. Because in the modern environment, based on those things, like when people are on survival mode, how the fuck do you expect them to deal that they were abused as a baby? Or as children or a teenager? Like, how do you expect they have the capacity in themselves to deal with all that darkness that was laid upon them when they were little? So obviously, they get fucked up and they stay fucked up. And they start to fuck up your pure heart. They start to turn your heart into the darkness. But then, you still have all the memories, how good life can be. All those, or I have, maybe you don't. You can also get to the same conclusion through the darkness, but you just have to deal with it. You just have to be honest with yourself what happened. And you need a lot of nature and like a lot of help. Many people are very weak. And we need a lot of help. But for me, what I was saying is that I have all the experiences I had, all the feelings. 20 years. I know what life can be. And then I understood why everybody is so hurt. So now we're into my 30s. And the only logical or rational thing is that when you understand the game, you understand how it's played, you either go to the dark side and start playing the game and you start fucking over other people. Like that's what most people are doing. Most people are useful idiots for the elite. Because they just wanna make the dollar bills rain. And they don't wanna deal with their own bullshit. They don't wanna go to the self-love road that leads to love to other people in their life and their community and in their world. They wanna let the pain and suffering to circle. Like this freaking snake eating its tail. That's probably what that symbolism means. That the elites put everywhere. So most people fall into that because that's what they know. They don't got no capacity to do better. And it's so easy in the modern environment to do that. Then you can get your dopamine hits, but you still gonna cry yourself to the sleep. You still understand that this ain't it, dog. But that's the life many people choose. Now there's many levels on here, obviously. Some people go full on schizo, but most of the lemmings really are just doing it in the low level, which slowly but surely suck their whole soul out of them and turns their heart into dust and ice. And they just accept it. This is gonna be what my life is gonna be. But for me, what I was saying, I have such a powerful first 20 years. And then even more powerful, but in the completely different direction, next 10 years. That I wanna fucking heal shit. I wanna show people, I wanna get as many people as possible to experience what I could experience in the first 20 years. Because that's the real shit. That's the most beautiful shit in life. And that's how we build better life. And what was really powerful, my experience, like I hinted in the beginning, like I got that human love and human connection from my family first 20 years. That safety. That great feeling of being seen, understood, working together. But I didn't get some of the core messages that you need also on top of that. Human connection. Even though how good it is, it might go to the far south really fast if you don't understand that there's many people trying to manipulate and dominate in this world and use that naivety against you. because if the love, if that good feeling would expand in this world, there wouldn't be a small group of people dominating the other people. It would be impossible. People wouldn't let it happen. Like couple people's telling you, you gotta pay 50% what you make to us. And then the last 50%, those resources are gonna be less and less and less over time. People would just be like, no, that's not very loving. Like, what are you talking about? Giving you 50% of my hard-earned work. Just because roads. Like, get the fuck up. We ain't doing that. We work together. So you have to marry these two things. You gotta find the self-love, the path to self-love first. And that word is also, there's a whole bunch of baggage in it. It's corrupted word. Because some people associate that word with narcissism, which is not self-love. It's pure ego. Because when you self-love, you want to be loving to other people as well, and you actually sympathize and empathize with other people really well. Because real recognize real. And you feel things very lot. My English very buena today. You feel things a lot. So you also feel other people a lot. That's also like being friends with yourself and self-love, and that it's so powerful. Because it also, when you marry that with also seeing the darkness in the world, it's so easy to see through the manipulation. It's so easy to see the schemes and the shilling and the snake oil. You start to see, because you feel it in yourself if you tried. Or even if you don't try it, you just first principle think a little bit. Like, what is this leading into? You can see that it leads into dependency. Few people controlling everybody. It leads into small little dopamine hits, but emptiness behind there. What I'm really trying to say here, what I'm really trying to convey here is that the self-love turns into self-hate real quickly. It turns into manipulation and domination real fast. And these elites know it. That's why we have these religions. That's why we have these cults. That's why we have the New Age nonsense. They have the bait, the fish bait, masked with the self-love worm. And when people that are lost about it, they give it little truth. But what do these people do? They take them to their churches. And these days the churches ain't built like they were a couple 100 years ago, when they actually felt really good and all that. Now they're under blue light. They take people away from here. Because that's the key. You need this first. You need this first. Because when you are not in here, your frontal lobes start to lack dopamine. Bunch of things in your biology, your state of being, start to go haywire. The self-love ain't as strong anymore. And that self-love can be used against you. So you can be turned into knave, blue-eyed lemming that can be used to create whatever the fuck people who manipulated you wanna create. It turns into satanic pedophilia real fast. Just ask Catholic Church. So the thing is, what I wasn't told all those perfect 21st years of my life is you need a lot of this on top of the safe, loving, amazing human connection. You need them both together. That's when we really start to cook with gas as humanity again. That's when we really can go back to building them pyramids, them cathedrals, if we wanna do that. We can also just build these log cabins or mud houses or whatever and stay grounded all day, every day. Because all of the law of attraction, manifestation, self-love, self-help, it turns into evil-ass capitalism, just trying to make dollar bills again. Because we didn't fix the first problem in the first place. That's it. You want real feelings. Pure heart. No compromises anymore. Compromises no more. Authentic shit. And all of these words, they mean fuck all in today's world. Like you don't think, like you hear authentic, self-love. All of these words, that's why I said all of these words carry so much baggage. Because all of these shills, these snake oils, these marketers, they know all of this shit. And they view it from such a twisted, manipulative point of view that they corrupt shit. That's why you need this. This is the antidote to that. This is how you keep your heart pure, your soul pure. This is also what keeps you fucking strong. You need both sides. Like I said, my first 20 years I was sad. When I came to the real world, I was so blue-eyed. My eyes were so wide open. And anybody could use me. I wouldn't last a day in some hood, some real hood, with bunch of gang members that's just completely gone insane because everybody's so hurt. I wouldn't last that day. Because I wasn't a savage. I wasn't a real nigga. I didn't see, I didn't know. I hadn't felt the darkness. And what it can do. So you have to go deep in there first. And then get yourself back. Your self-love. You can have them both at the same time. Like everybody's always talking about my right brain and my left brain. Bitch, they work together as a unison perfectly when you're a healthy, savage human being. You don't think about I'm going now from my creative side to my logic side. That's the robotic shit. That's when you are looking like a real nice snack. And by snack I mean prey for the people trying to manipulate. You gotta be savage. You gotta be full on savage, ready for violence. Ready for all of the dark shit. But it comes from a absolute place of self-love, peace of mind, wanting to do the loving thing, not wanting to hurt anybody. But if somebody doesn't want to play that game, you are ready to hurt. Become a savage, but become a real savage. None of these schizo savages. Self-loving savage. There's so few people like that out there. So that's why the world is how it is. Anyway, start doing the work. Get the balls out. Get the titties out. Get the feet on the ground. Start forming that connection. We are electromagnetic beings. And we feed off this shit. And this shit. When you don't get it, no wonder you go batshit insane. Especially in this modern world full of noise. No signal. Fuck with the bullshit. Know yourself. Become best friends with yourself. And always try to do the best. There's a lot of people out there in love, in relationships, in business, whatever, trying to get your ass. And even when they do get your ass and you get hurt, remember who you are. Don't lose yourself in the process. That was my story in my 20s to 30s. I almost lost myself there, but I didn't. I remembered the first 20 years. And then I got the real lesson, which is nature, and I combined those two. And that's when life is the best, most powerful. We need bunch of kids like that. We need all of them kids. Black as night, highly melanated, and just like that. Raised with absolute love, but also showed the Europa the last battle to them. Tell them about the Rockefellers and Rothschilds. Give them a lesson about secret societies. Give them a bunch of history lessons. It's always the good guys who won the war. Always the good guys. What's up with that? You need them both for these kids and their education. If we want a world full of love. Anyway, it's really beautiful day out here. So, get on with it. Plug yourself into the real system that makes you feel good as fuck. And start doing the work. Put on freaking action. Put on freaking pep in your step. Start doing the right things. Call out the evil. Put some actions against the evil. Make it really hard for them to continue to dominate you. Make it real difficult. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. And see you later. If you want to support the work we do here at The Best Science, links down below. And subscribe for the best science out there. Become a savage. Have a bunch of babies. And remember, chill, dude. Chilling is good. Don't stress about it. That's the savage way.